So I was sitting on the toilet, taking a dump, as we all do, and I was sitting there on hay day, planting some crops, some wheat, some carrots to feed my horses, and a burning question came to mind. And I thought to myself, how do gamers poop? I mean, we are a creative bunch, and there must be a plethora of ways that us gamers poop. And then another question sprung to mind. How do gamers present the toilet roll for the next pooper? And I thought to myself, hey, this is a question that needs answering. Two questions that need answering. I know it's on everyone's mind, and I know that we all want the answer. So I got together a scientific team. We went through every type of pooping there is. We went through all kinds of toilet roll presentation, and we come up with a bunch for both. So we're going to go through it, and if you can, so in the comments, please drop the numbers that are appropriate for the way you poop as a gamer. Even if you're not a gamer, maybe you're creative and use one of these ways to poop. And also the way you like to present the toilet roll for the fellow poopers out there. So without further ado, people, let's dive right in. Pun intended. Now, the first one we come across is a classic. He's been around for decades. And some of us sit there and think, hey, if I'm going to poop, it's going to be after the great man himself, the Italian plumber that took the world by storm for a long, long time. Yes, Mario, our red little friend, a man who throws blue shells, red shells, green shells, you name it, Mario has it. Now, you're going to get your feet wet in this one. You've got to be prepared to take the risk. There is sacrifice involved with this one. You're going to end up with wet knees, wet ankles, wet feet. You may be even dunking the old privates in there as well. But you're a committed man, and that is how you would poop if you are to take after the great hero himself, Mario. Now we come to number 2. Now, this is a power move. This is for the most talented shitters among us. For the most talented shitters amongst us. This is for the very few talented. The dragon-born shitters, if you will. The very selected few. Now, you squat, and you're doing a pretty deep squat here. You gotta have the leg strength to hold your keister in the air. And then, with all the force in the world, as you shout Fusroda, you let out that dragon shout. But not from the mouth, from the anus, people. And it has to hit the toilet with some velocity. I'm talking splatters everywhere. And then you'll be truly one of the few dragonborn shitters out there. So for number 2, Skyrim, if you can, you're the rarity amongst us normal folk. Now we come to number 3. Now you gotta get your hands dirty with this one. So if you are one of those people who don't mind getting down and dirty and getting those hands covered in the old fecal matter, then Pokemon's for you. Pokemon, gotta catch 'em, it's you and me. Pokemon's been around for decades. It's an amazing franchise, an incredible amount of games. And for this one, you have to go into the wild, people. You have to capture the most heinous of shits. They're shits that no one else could even bear to stand near, that they couldn't even look in the eyes of. And you've got to get that Pokeball out, and you've got to lock that shit up tight. When you choose that furious shit, people, and you throw that at the toilet, you need to make sure that you've picked a winner, people. You don't want to be throwing a Gen 1 Pokemon. You want to be throwing a Mega Evolved Pokemon, people. So, if you can have an absolute beast of a shite, and you want to throw it at the toilet, then people, Pokemon is for you. And I salute you. Now, this one is for the acrobatic people out there. The people who aren't scared to jump full onto the cistern, balance their little hiney in the air, and poop from a great height. Now, people, this is the portal way of pooping. To be able to get it, you need pinpoint accuracy, people. You think as a man going toilet is difficult? Huh. The portal pooper laughs at you. This is truly how the master of aiming poops. Now, if you can, again, people, I can do nothing but stand there and applaud you because that is incredible and requires a lot of skill. And for the very few who can do the portal poop, well, you're a master of the poop. Now, people, we come to the shy pooper. Hey, it takes all types out there. There is loads of different types of poopers. So the gaming pooper who likes to hide is the Fortnite pooper, people. You're sitting in there, hiding away, with a little box around you, making sure no one can see, but you can spy on others. You can have a little peek over and think, okay, coast is clear. I guess so. I can let one rip. And yeah, as you can also see in the picture, the poop's having a look itself. So if you have the talent to poop something sentient that can actually go up to a cardboard box and peek over with you in sync, then people, you are the necromancer of pooping. If you can revive a poop from the bowl to climb out and have a peek over the cardboard with you, then people, you are the very special few Fortnite poopers. And shy poopers shall never be afraid ever again with their wall whenever they feel nature calling. Now we come across the FIFA pooper. Now, people, this is the person who's not afraid to get some carpet burns on the knees and the bum. This is the person who's not afraid to slide and leave that good old skid mark spraying across the floor. Now, it requires a lot of bravery, people. I mean, let's not mess around and beat around the bush. You are literally going to be getting blisters on places. It doesn't matter if it's carpet or tile. To do this, you need to be brave and willing to give your kneecaps a good old burn, because the FIFA pooper is a passionate pooper, people. A passionate pooper. So you have to get ready with a little run up. You know, you have to be crowning at this point, people. It has to be crowning because you need to leave a good old skid mark. So without a crown, it's not going to work, people. So just as the FIFA pooper feels it coming, they go running at full speed, and you have to time it perfectly, skidding past the toilet in sync with you letting it rip, people, and leave that good old stain sprayed across the floor with the shirt over your head, screaming for joy with your arms in the air like you've just scored a World Cup final goal, people. That is how the passionate poopers do. The FIFA pooper is for the passionate folk. Now, we haven't mentioned the stealth poopers out there. There is a crafty bunch out there. They're people who almost want to surprise themselves when they need to take a shit. And these people are the Call of Duty poopers.
Those memories are all that's left when the bastards have taken everything else.
Now, you need to be able to get fully prone. I'm talking down on your elbows and knees. You need to be as low to the ground as possible. And also, whilst doing this, you're going to have to get your fingertips in a bit of poop, people. That camouflage isn't going to happen without it. You need to rub some of that poop under your eyes. You need to feel like you're in a deep, deep jungle, crawling across the floor with the enemy surrounding you. You have to get camouflaged up, people. And that is what the Call of Duty poopers do. Now, you'll be crawling past your toilet. Your toilet will probably be surprised. Your toilet won't even know what's going on. It'll be like, what the hell's going on? I can sense somebody's nearby, but I don't know where they are. And then, boom, the cod pooper pops up, people, and does their business and leaves without a trace. You wouldn't even know. They don't even leave a scent in there, people. You go in there, it smells like roses. You're like, what the hell? Did a florist come in here? What the hell's happened? And that is how the Call of Duty pooper do, people. They're in and out. You won't see them. They're the stealthiest bunch out there. And I respect the Call of Duty pooper. Now, this is for the magicians out there, people. This is for the illusionists that defy the laws of physics, people. Now, the Minecraft pooper, people, is basically levitating, people. The Minecraft pooper levitates. They float in the air like a mannequin with wings, and they float upon the toilet, and they poop, people. They poop whilst floating in midair. It's an incredible talent. I don't know if any humans can achieve such a thing, but if you are one of the very few, if the only person in the world who could poop like this, the Minecraft poop, then I fully salute you, sir, because it is an incredible feat. But the one problem with the Minecraft pooper people is the aim. The aim is usually off. Yeah, they're not an accurate bunch. I mean, they can levitate, they can defy the laws of physics, but when it comes to hitting the bowl, people, they usually hit the floor. So, for the Minecraft poopers out there, if you are one of the few, you're one of the messy, and I commend you. So, people, on screen, you'll have the 8 types of gaming poopers out there. The talented bunch, the ones who make pooping an art, the ones who commit themselves fully to every crap they have. And I have nothing but respect for these people. So please put in the comments below what number you are from 1 to 8 when it comes to taking a poop. Because people, this is research that needs to be done. It's been a long time coming, and I am that brave soul who will step forward and retrieve this data. Now, after you've done your poop, comes the hard part. What has the person before left? Is it just you living? Is it just you living alone? How do you leave the role? Well, people, we're going to dive into this because research is needed. And again, I've got my little white scientist coat on and I'm going in there. I'm rolling up my sleeves. Now I'm getting down and dirty, people. So let's move on. Now, this is for the perfectionists, for the normal amongst us. This is the correct way that you're meant to leave the toilet roll. The correct orientation, yeah, a good enough amount on there that if you was to have a messy poop, that you would have no worries. And this is the number one. This is the correct way. This is the perfectionist of pooping. So if you are one of these, you're one of the many. But we are all grateful when we go in the bathroom after you've used it because we know that there's going to be no fuss, there's going to be no panic, that there is enough toilet roll, and it's all done in the correct way. So thank you to those people out there. We appreciate you. Now, this is for the rebellious people out there. This is for the people that just want to create anarchy. This is for the people who just are addicted to chaos, people. This is the incorrect way to leave toilet roll. You don't leave it orientated with the paper to the wall because it can be difficult. You don't want to be rubbing your fingers against the wall. You don't want to be pulling tissue that could potentially get stuck behind an awkward angle where you'd have to start rolling the paper just to get the tissue to come down to the amount you need. So to all those absolute chaos merchants, to those people who just love to create mayhem, then number 2 is for you people. The incorrect way to present the toilet roll. Now, this is for the people that when they finish, they think, you know what? I've got 2 rolls in the toilet. Do I need to put the other roll on? Can I be asked? Can I just sit there and stick the fresh roll on top for the next person? And you can. That is the lazy pooper. The pooper who just wants to leave the roll on top and say, you know what? I've done my business. I'm leaving it for you. Do you want to recycle? No, 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 no. I will leave it there and the next person can recycle. It is my gift to them. So for the lazy poopers out there, I'm sure you've got nothing but thanks from people, especially when they have to make the trip to the recycle bin. Thank you. Now we come to the selfish poopers amongst us. The people that want you to sit there and use everything else in the bathroom but tissue. They want to see you using towels, your hands, any bit of cloth, clothing that you can wipe your keister with, people. That is what the lazier pooper does. The lazier pooper is sitting there rubbing their hands with a big smile on their face when they're finished because they think to themselves, whoever comes in here next is in for a world of misery. And that, people, is the price you pay when you're with someone who is the laziest pooper. Now we come to the antisocial pooper. The pooper who wants to make life difficult. The pooper who wants to make it hard and difficult to get paper. The person who likes to crush and deform the paper. The person who wants it to be scrunched up, probably with a hole in it, maybe some ripping of the paper. The one that makes you want to sit there and roll paper out, trying to get just a sheet that isn't affected, a sheet that isn't ripped, torn, stabbed, deformed, dented. So this is for the antisocial people out there. And you could get the antisocial pooper who goes to the extremes of making sure there's a mouse within the middle of the roll. But the antisocial pooper doesn't usually sit there with a mouse in their pocket. But the antisocial pooper does thrive on making your life a misery, sitting there trying to get the roll off the holder and obviously getting the sheets you need to clean up your business. That is how the antisocial pooper does. Now, this is for the creative bunch out there, people. I don't even think the name psychopath describes it. It should just be called the creative pooper. This is for the pooper that wants to make art. This is for the Banksy within us poopers. The person who wants to do something that makes you sit and think, okay, I'm taking a dump. I've got my phone in my hand, but I'm going to put that down for a second and work out what this is. What is the deeper meaning behind this beautiful art that they've done here? How have they managed to smash a nail through the tile wall and have this tissue planted above the tissue roll that's already been attached to the wall? So, yes, this is for the creative pooper out there, people. I mean, the creative pooper could be seen as somebody who isn't really caring for the next pooper, as most of the sheets that they will be using will have holes in it, and we can all know that leads to a bit of leakage and some possibly dirty fingers, people. So the creative pooper is not a caring pooper, but they are a pooper that make us think. They are a pooper that provides entertainment, and for that, we are thankful. I think this is labeled wrong, people. I think this is the caring roommate or the caring relative or the caring partner, because a partner who would provide the services of not only wiping your mess, not only clearing up the business down there, but to also provide you with some adhesive. Some of us people, we need to be waxed down there. Now, you might have a hairy behind, and you're sitting there thinking, if only I could wipe my ass clean and remove the hair down there, people. Well, if you have a roommate, partner, or relative living in the household who loves you dearly, they will leave this tape instead of roll. Because they're providing two services, people. It's to clean and wax, people. To clean and wax free of charge. And for that, we are thankful. We ain't going to no salon. We ain't going anywhere and booking a slot. We're going straight in there, ripping a nice bit of tape off and getting all that poop and hair in one go, people. All in one go. And we are truly, truly lucky to have poopers like that amongst us. Truly lucky. Now, this is for the upper class pooper. The pooper that is too good for the toilet roll. Too good for that 4-ply tissue. Too good for it. It could never touch the behind. They're too good for that. So, people, what you have is the pooper, the posh pooper, the one who uses a cloth to clean their keister, the one who uses a cloth multiple times throughout the day, throughout the week, even. That is how the posh pooper does, people. They keep using the same old cloth and keeping that bum as clean as possible without the need for that horrid peasant toilet roll that people use. They are too good for that. They are above that. So to the posh poopers out there is no rolls needed for them. Just a cloth. Now we come to the healthy pooper. The pooper cares about the planet. The pooper cares about animal welfare. This is the vegan pooper, people. They don't use toilet roll. The vegan chooses a much healthier alternative, and that is obviously the classic iceberg lettuce. Each sheet is full of vitamins and is full of nothing but goodness for your keister. It is nothing but health, it is nothing but happiness. The vegan pooper is a very healthy person, a very happy person, and they are making the world spin. So for the poopers out there who are making it greener, so to the greener poopers out there, thank you for caring about the planet. And this is the most surprising. This is for the pooper, the prankster pooper. The pooper who wants to make your life not a misery, but a joke. The pooper who wants to make you chuckle as the pooper that makes you want to chuckle as they hear you in the bathroom laughing away, having a good old belly chuckle because you turn to look and think, oh, I'm going to use some toilet roll to wipe my bum, and you look over and you see a nice big log looking right back at you, a fearsome log, the log the size of the roll, overbearing the roll. It looks like the tissue roll's struggling. It looks like the tissue holder is struggling to hold that big old log in the air. And yeah, to those people who do the Uno reverse, then yeah, those people are doing nothing but providing a wealth of laughter. So to the To the people out there who leave those locks on the tissue holders, we thank you, because there is nothing better than taking a crap and having a giggle. So that concludes the toilet roll section, people. So in the comments, if you could write also the way that you like to leave the toilet roll for others to use, and maybe how you wipe your keister, we would be very interested, people. This research is on the front line of our minds right now. This is the research that we have been yearning for years, people. So if you could, please leave in the comment how you poop and how you use the toilet roll, or leave the toilet roll for others to use, because there is nothing but curiosity from us to find out how you do in the bathroom. So, to all my fellow gamers out there, all my fellow poopers, all my fellow gaming poopers, I have nothing but pure respect and admiration for you all. And right now, I am giving you a standing ovation, people. I am cheering your name. I am filled with nothing but joy. So, if you did enjoy this, people, leave a like, subscribe for more of this absolute cutting edge technology, this absolute cutting edge research, people. I thank you very much. I have been your host, E Shitter, and thank you very much for joining me. Until next time, people, poop and peace.